Hey folks, LA Little here with TA today, and I've been quiet for a while. I'm back because uranium is finally maybe making a turn, and let's start here with something high level. If I go to sector momentum, look at 1 week change. Here's the weakest ones at the top. If I flip it, here's the strongest, and none of these are out of the ordinary. Gold's been up there for a while. But notice here, uranium starting to make a turn positive. This thing had been dredged for so long. It had been up here in this group for months. Well, it's flipped around. So what does that mean to me? Well, if I go over here and start looking at this, let's just take the long term and then we'll work our way backwards. Here's your retest regen, right? In other words, you come into it, you're going to retest that area where you broke out from. Look at the volumes that were built up on the way up, right? Top was here. Look at the volumes comparatively, right? A lot less volume as you come back and do the retest. And what does it do? It regenerates. It's back above this high on the close on the month. That's good. That's what we wanted to see. That's what happened. Go to the weekly. Not much here, just a consolidation taking place in this level. So from here to here, consolidation doesn't mean anything. Go here. What do we got on the daily? Well, the first thing you notice is you got higher lows. Potentially one here. We'll have to wait and see. Volume big. That was options expiration on that day. So we'll see what happens. But the main thing to notice is this. You got congruent swing point highs at this level, right? That's also a test back into this bearish retest regen. So in other words, it got down, it broke down, tested it here, tested it again, tested it again. Folks, if it comes up here and tests again, it's probably going to go to the top of this thing. Okay, so that is a big story, because if you look at the price now and where it's going to go, we're talking about 15%. It's a decent move, finally. It has to do it, but that's the setup. If I go over here and look at the MTTFs, how long the trend has been in effect, very long time on this, which means it needs to break a swing point high, which is what's going to get the real momentum going if it does. That's on the UUN, right? Let's go and look at, let me pop over here. Let's look at the American version of this. Okay, so over here, different story. Why? Because it's been a lot weaker. This is still doing a retest regen. Hasn't broken back out on the long term. And that has to do with the currency differentials primarily. And this is also a lot more volatile just because of where it trades. Anything here, nothing. If I go to the daily, you've got the same sort of setup here on the daily, where you've got the higher lows taking place, right? Potentially here as well. Swing point high here, and there's a break on this one. Okay, and this one is much more extended, again, because it's been weaker. This one's much more extended. You got a swing point high here. There's that retest regen that we were talking about on the other one. And you've got very much extended. So in other words, it needs to break a swing point high. This is 2, 4, 6 bars. This should print swing point high. And this is looking like it's fixing to do something. So I like the setup here. You can see you still got long term, very bullish, right? If it ever gets going, which is why we keep paying attention to it. And if I go over here, the long term it's going to reset, so we'll have to see what the long term ends up being, but it's going to be up in that same area. If we look at the main stocks, right, these things have been left for kill again, but long term they still look fine. Intermediate term certainly better than the physical, but has been weak. I don't really see the stocks as the place to be still. I just, you're starting to get the same sort of thing here, but certainly weaker. I mean, for example, you don't have a higher low. So there's some, you know, you got to get the turn in the physical to get the turn in the stocks. That's what it comes down to. That's uranium. Wanted to bring it to your attention. Have a good one. See you next time.